Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the second lesson of the free introductory course in Ukrainian by Cambridge Ukrainian Studies. My name is Andrii Smytsniuk. I am a language teaching officer in Ukrainian here at the University of Cambridge. And today's topic is numbers. So hopefully, coming to an end of this lesson, you will master Ukrainian numbers 0 through 199, learn how to speak about your own age, how to say, oh, I am X years old, then learn how to ask the other people how old they are. And in addition to that, you will be able to ask for someone's phone number and give them yours. And this is the fourth online lesson that Cambridge Ukrainian Studies did. So I assume that you already know some Ukrainian. You have at least some basic understanding of the alphabet. If this is your first lesson and you have not seen the previous lessons, it might be a little bit too hard. So I would advise on going to Cambridge Ukrainian Studies YouTube page. This is where you can find all the recordings of previous lessons. And also this lesson will be uploaded to Cambridge Ukrainian Studies YouTube page as well as Facebook page. And the link to the video will be emailed to you along with the Quizlet list of words to learn and some other additional resources. So this lesson will be special in that sense that there might be a little bit additional work, of course, if you want to do that. And today's lesson might be a little bit longer than usually. It should take somewhere between 40 minutes to an hour, and then we would have 15 minutes for questions. So please submit your questions using Q&A feature, and I will be able to answer all of them at the end of this lecture. So without further ado, let's get started. If you study some other Slavonic languages, it will be fairly easy because the numbers here are very similar. So for example, 0 is null, and as you might see, there is a soft sign at the end, and it makes L a little bit softer. So without the soft sign, it would be null. With soft sign, it's, sorry, null. Yeah, so L, L. L is the one with soft sign. Null, it's 0. Один, 1. Один. Try to repeat after me if you're only starting learning Ukrainian. Yeah, 0, 1, 2, 2, 2. Then 3, 3, 3, 3. Ukrainian has this rolling R's that are sometimes hard to pronounce, but the English R would also work. In this case, people will be able to understand you. So 3, 3. Then 4, 4, 4. 5, 5, 5. 5 is special because here you can see apostrophe, and this sign marks very little pause in the middle of the word. So п'ять, п'ять. Without the apostrophe, you would read it slightly faster. There would not be any feeling of the pause. And also the soft sign at the end. So п'ять. So T is slightly softer. П'ять. Good. The next, шість. Шість. 6. Шість. 7. 7. 7. 8. 8. 8, 8. Дуже добре. 9, 9, 9. Apostrophe again. 9. And then 10, 10, 10, 10. Very well. The next one are going to be a little bit, well, actually, no. Let's repeat these, and then you will have a little poll so you can see if you remember them or not. So one more time. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Those are the numbers or числа. Числа. Very well. And now there will be a little poll. So you can practice them. Okay. So now you should see a poll, числа, or numbers, and there are these questions. Як сказати українською? How to say in Ukrainian. This is very, very important phrase if you go to Ukraine, because you will be asking about many, many things. For example, як сказати українською? My name is John. Yeah, how to say in Ukrainian this particular phrase. So try to fill this one in. You have to pick one. Як сказати українською? One. You have to find which one of those is one. Is it 0, 1, or 2? Okay. I see some people are answering. Okay. Okay. So I see now 73% of the people voted. I'll wait for a few more seconds and then we'll go over this poll to figure out if the answers are correct. But from what I see, there are very, very few mistakes. So good job. Okay. Let me end the poll and share results with you. So, як сказати українською one? Це один. Один means one. Then 2 means два. Very well. 3 це три. Very well. 4 is 4. Excellent. 5 is 5. Excellent. 6 is 6. Чудово. Чудово means great. Excellent. 7 is 7. Чудово. 8 is 8. Прекрасно. 9 is 9. Not 10. 9 is 9. And 10 is 10. Very well. So these are the most important ones because all the other numerals are based off them. So for example, if you look at 11 through 19, it is as it is in English, very similar way. You have a number like 3, and then you add something to it, and then you get 13. Yeah, 4, 14, etc. It's almost exactly the same in Ukrainian. So, for example, 11 would be 11. So you take 1, add na, add цять, then you get 11. The problem is that 1 already has an N, so you get rid of it. You only use O, D, E, and then na, цять, 11. Very simple. 12, 12, 12. 13, 13, 13. 4, yeah, get rid of E. It ends, the stem ends with R. 14, 14. 5, get rid of the soft sign. So without a soft sign, it would sound as piat. With soft sign, it would sound piat. Yeah, and you need 15, 15, 15. 6, get rid of the soft sign. 16, 16. 7, 17, 17. 8, 18. 9, yeah, get rid of the soft sign. 19. And let's do it one more time again. 11, 11, 12, 12, 13, 13, 14 is 14, 15 is 15, 16 is 16, 17 is 17, 18 is 18, 19 is 19. Super. Дуже добре. And then after 19 comes 20 or 20. And then 20 through 30 through 30 is very simple, as it is in English. Yeah, you in English would say 21. In Ukrainian, you take 21, 22, 22, 20, then 23, 23, 24, 24, 25, 25, 26, 26, 27, 27, 28, 28, 29, 29, and 30, 30. Very easy. And then comes the bigger ones. Yeah. So take a look, 20 and 30. Also, an important thing is that you can see D, V, A, then D, C, Ya, T, meký znak, soft sign. This is how you spell it, but when you pronounce it, D, you always leave out. So you don't say 20, you would say 20. Yeah, it's almost like you do not pronounce it at all. Yeah, and the same applies to yeah, these the teen numbers. Yeah, 11. You don't pronounce it as 11, just 11, 12, etc. The same thing is with 2, 3, 20, 30. Then 40 is 40, very special one. And then you also have some algorithm. 50, 50. 60, 60. 70, 70. 80, 80. 90, a special one, 90. Then 100, 100. So again, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Excellent. And now let's try to do some very quick poll with these numbers. Try to, yeah, okay, here it is. Poll 2. Числа, numbers 20 до 100. And you have similar questions here. Як сказати українською 22. And you have to pick an answer for, yeah, is it 11, is it 22, or is it 23? Okay. I see almost all the answers are correct. So for the moment there are 18 answers. I'm waiting for a few more, and then I'm going to end this poll. Okay, I see almost everyone answered correctly. Okay, let me end this poll and share the results with you. So 22 is 22, 33 is 33, 44 is 44, 55 is 55, 66 is 66, 77 is 77, 88 is 88, 99 is 99, 100 is 100. If you want to make numbers that come after 100, yeah, then you do it the same way as you do it in English. 101, 102, 103, 104, and all the way up to 199. The further numbers we're not going to look into during this lesson, but you will have a resource where you could look at them and listen to them, so you can work on them on your own. So let me stop sharing this. And I would like to do something a little bit more complicated now, to play a game, which is called Lotto Zabava. Lotto is short for lottery. Zabava is a Ukrainian word for fun. Yeah, so this is actually a lottery game, only better, in that sense that you're not going to lose your money because you're not going to bet. But here's how it works. Let me show you the video. This is a very, not very, but moderately popular TV show in Ukraine. And so the TV presenters will be getting this little balls with numbers on them. And your task will be, if you can take a notebook and write these numbers down. And then we're going to check if you did it correctly or not. Unfortunately, you're not winning any money, but this is what you have. Okay, so let me start. In case you don't hear anything, please write about it in the Zoom chat so I could try to fix the sound problem somehow. Okay.
На фабриці мільйонерів.
Lotto Zabava.
Ну, а перша кулька вже випала з великого лототрона. Це кулька номер 51. Непарне число. Тож до останньої миті ми сподіватимемося на народження мільйонерів. Я бажаю вам шаленої удачі. Кулька номер 51 була перша. Закреслюйте її у ваших білетах. І я прошу увімкнути великий лототрон.
Okay, so as you might see, yeah, there was a number 51 or 51. Кулька 51 means the little ball number 51. And there will be a few more, and write it down wherever you can, and then we'll check if you did that correctly or not. I'm going to hide the video for now, so you can only hear it but not see it, and then I'm going to show it to you once the little piece of this video is over. So I'm playing it again, and you should hear it now.
Гра 978-го тиражу державної грошової лотереї «Лотто Забава».
Номер 67.
Кулька під номером 67.
Номер 5.
Кулька під номером 5.
Номер 72.
Кулька під номером 72.
Номер 11.
Кулька під номером 11.
Номер 26.
Кулька під номером 26.
Номер 2.
Кулька під номером 2. Минулого тиражу стартувала...
Okay, so we finished it. You're welcome to look for this TV show on YouTube. I wouldn't advise necessarily spending your money on it, but it's very good for the numbers game, especially if you're learning a new language. So let's see what numbers they have. The first one was 51, 51, then 67, then 5, then 72, потім, which means then, потім 11, потім 26 і потім 2. Good. Or we can take a look at them again. 51, 51, 67, 67, 5, 72, 11, 26, 2. Okay. Hopefully you were able to get it all right. I see that in the chat, a lot of people got a lot of numbers correctly. So вітаю or congratulations. Дуже добре. And now, when you know the numbers, it would be, it is very valuable because you can use it for, I don't know, negotiating at the market, knowing the prices, etc. But also why it matters is because now you can, when you have an introduction, where you have to introduce yourself and interact with people, you can tell them how old you are. And that is one of the basic informations about anyone. Yeah, so if you met me somewhere in Ukraine, I would tell you, Добрий день, мене звати Андрій, я викладач, мені 25 років. Good afternoon, my name is Andrii, I am a lecturer, мені 25 років, I am 25 years old. And this would be standard, yeah, мені, this is how we say about your age, but when then you give a number, which is also standardized, but then this word might differ. Років, which means years, because the form of it depends on the number. So for example, if you're saying мені один, you would have to use рік. Yeah, if at the end of your numbers there is 1, or there is один, then you would use рік. Мені 1 рік, мені 21 рік, мені 31 рік, мені 41 рік, мені 51 рік, мені 61 рік, і так далі, etc. But this does not apply to 11, 11. When you say 11, then it will be rokів. Yeah, but if it's 1, yeah, 1, 21, 31, then it will be рік. Then 2, 3, 4 роки. 22, 23, 24 роки. Так, мені 32 роки, мені 33 роки, мені 34 роки. Also does not apply to 12, 13, 14 or 12, 13, 14. These ones also will be років. But if it's 2, 3, 4 or 22, 23, 24, 132, 133, 134, then you will have роки. This is the word changes a lot in Ukrainian language, unfortunately, but just this is what you have to deal with. And then 5 through 20, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 і 20 років. 30, 40, 50, so the ones that have 0 at the end will also be років. And then 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, if they have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 at the end, also років. 35 років, 36 років, 37 років, 38 років, 39 років. And again, I want to stress that 11 through 19, yeah, років as well. Good. Then where you might not only speak about your own age, but about someone else's age as well. So this is when you could use different pronouns. So for example, when you want to say about yourself, you would say мені 25 років, I am 25 years old. Then if you want to say you are this amount of years old, you would use the form either вам 71 рік, either тобі 4 роки. So вам is the plural form, so you would use it for different. You would use it for different people, for multiple people, addressing multiple people, or if you want to sound more formal, more official. Yeah, and to be is more informal. Yeah, when someone addresses the younger person. Yeah, if you address a person that is older than you would use вам 71 рік. If you're addressing a young person, you would usually use тобі. Так, тобі 4 роки. Good. Then I wanted to introduce you to another Ukrainian famous person. It's так, це Оксана Забушко. Вона письменниця, їй 60 років. This is Oksana Zabushko. She is a writer. Yeah, and look, письменниця, this is the female noun ending. Иця. Їй 60 років. She is 60 years old. Good. Then це Арсен Савадов. Він художник. Йому 57 років. This is Arsen Savadov. He is an artist and he is 57 years old. Let's go further. Це брати Капранови. Вони письменники. Їм 53 роки. These are Kapranov brothers. They are writers and they are 53 years old. Yeah, 53 роки. Good. But also, what брати Капранови might tell you, if you meet them, they will tell you, ми брати Капранови, ми письменники, нам 53 роки. We are Kapranov brothers, we are writers, and we are 53 years old. And now we can put this all into one place. So, the questions are, скільки вам років? Або скільки тобі років. So, how old are you? But скільки вам років uses the plural form of pronoun you. Скільки тобі років uses the singular form pronoun you. Okay, so how old are you? And then you have pronouns. Я I, ти, you singular, він, he, вона, she, ми, we, ви, you, plural, вони, they. And so the way about speaking about your age, or someone's age is, yeah, мені, I am this amount of years old. Ти, тобі, він, йому, вона, їй, ми, нам, ви, вам, вони, їм. And then it doesn't matter what is in this side of the table. This side of the table will depend solely on the number. So 1, 21, 31, 41 рік, 2, 34, 22, 23, 24 роки, 5, 20 років, тоді 30, 40, 50, 60 років, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29 років. Okay, that was a lot of information, so I think it's best to see if you remember it all and to do another poll. Let me find it for you. Okay, so here you have to fill in the gaps, and you have sentences like це вони, їх звати Іван і Степан, and then you have to 14. So you have the possible answers, and you have to pick which one do you want to use.
Yeah. Okay. Це вони, їх звати Іван і Степан. Їм 14 років. Oh, yeah, I see somebody answers this one, but now I'm waiting for a few more answers. Okay. So I see this one is a little bit more complicated.
Okay. I'm going to wait for a few more answers, and just to make it easier for you, I'm going to leave this table here so you can cheat a little. Okay. Going to wait a little bit more. It's okay to make mistakes. Nobody speaks perfect Ukrainian at the 4th lesson. So it's important that you try to do this to the best of your ability. And now in a few seconds, we're going to look over it and see where could you have made a mistake. Okay. Okay, let me end this poll and share the results with you. Good. So, okay. Це вони, їх звати Іван і Степан, їм 14 років. Yeah, so this is they, their names are Ivan and Stepan. So if you have вони pronoun, yeah, вони, then you have їм, 14, if you have 5 through 20 років. Їм 14 років. Then це ви. Вас звати Анна і Яна. Вам, якщо це ви, вам 24 роки. Далі. Це вона. Її звати Світлана. Їй 21 рік. Супер. Це він. Його звати Юрій. Йому рівно 100 років. So йому рівно 100 років means he is precisely 100 years old. And 100 would be one of those numbers, if it has zeros in it. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, etc. Good. Then це ми. Нас звати Андрій і Павло. Якщо це ми, нам 35 років. And then номер 6, number 6, це ти, тебе звати Тарас, тобі 41 рік. Okay. So this was a little bit trickier, but I see that most people answered most questions correctly. So, вітання. Congratulations. Okay. Добре. So now, after this, you already know how to ask the question. Скільки вам років? Або скільки тобі років? How old are you? Formal, informal. And now you can ask the question, який твій номер телефону? What is your phone number? This is informal. Or який ваш номер телефону? What is your phone number? More formal. And then the answer, мій номер телефону, my phone number is, you actually skip is, so you just say my phone number, мій номер телефону, плюс 38 0 63 123 45 66. Now, could you please try to read the next one on your own, in your head, and I'm going to read it myself in just a few seconds. Окей. Мій номер телефону 050 60 70 80 90. Very, very simple. Okay. And now I suggest to read Dialect, which is composed out of the things from previous lessons and out of what you have learned today. So please take a minute or two to read this on your own, and then I'm going to read it myself so you know how to pronounce these words. Okay, let me now read this for you. Добрий ранок. Добрий ранок, which means yeah, good morning, good morning. Мене звати Сергій. Як вас звати? My name is Сергій. What is your name? Мене звати Тетяна. My name is Тетяна. Дуже приємно познайомитись. So you might have heard the phrase дуже приємно or приємно познайомитись, which means nice to meet you. This is just a full form of this phrase, which means very nice to meet you. Дуже, very. Приємно means like pleasant. Познайомитися, to meet you. Yeah, very pleased to meet you. Мені теж, me too. Скільки вам років? Мені 24 роки. А скільки вам років? Мені 31 рік. How old are you? I am 24 years old. And so A is somewhat equivalent to E, but but you would use it as the sense and the second part of the sentence where you say, and how old are you? Yeah, or I'm good, and what about you? My name is Serhiy, and how about you? But we can look into this in further lessons of Cambridge Ukrainian Studies. Yeah, so I'm 24 years old, and how old are you? I'm 31 years old. Яка ваша професія? Я юрист. А яка ваша професія? Я економістка. Який ваш номер телефону? Мій номер телефону 093 70 80 90 100. Який ваш номер телефону? Мій номер телефону 097 77 87 91 111. What is your job? What do you do? I am a lawyer. And what do you do? I am an economist. Yeah, but ekonomistka, yeah, the end in ka for female nouns. What is your phone number? My phone number is 093 70 80 90 100. What is your phone number? My phone number is 097 77 87 91 111. And then до побачення, до побачення. Goodbye, goodbye. Very well. So I'm going to read this one more time without translation. And then we're gonna go further. Добрий ранок. Добрий ранок. Мене звати Сергій. Як вас звати? Мене звати Тетяна. Дуже приємно познайомитись. Мені теж. Скільки вам років? Мені 24 роки. А скільки вам років? Мені 31 рік. Яка ваша професія? Я юрист. А яка ваша професія? Я економістка. Який ваш номер телефону? Мій номер телефону 093 70 80 90 100. Який ваш номер телефону? Мій номер телефону 097 77 87 91 111. До побачення. До побачення. Okay. And so the last thing that I can tell you is дякую, thank you, і до побачення, goodbye or see you next time. The next time will be on Thursday, October 1st, 2020 at 5 p.m. London time, and the link will be emailed to you. And we're going to talk about nationalities and trying to ask the others where from and trying to answer that question yourself. And also, if you want to see the recording of this class, you can go to facebook.com, where we usually stream our recordings, our lessons, and then go to YouTube. But I will of course, email you the link to YouTube lesson while it's uploaded, and email you the link to Quizlet app where you can learn the words that we looked over today. Another thing that I would advise to do is use this link that we will also be emailed to you, ukrainianlessons.com numbers, and you can find here, there's a beautiful article with all the numbers, yeah, 1, 6, 2, 7, but also most importantly the hundreds, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1000. These are the ones that we didn't have enough time for today. And of course, million, milliard, million and billion, but you can look over them at this webpage, and also, which is what I think is great, you can listen to them. So there are audio recordings of each one of them, so you can hear them all. I'm not sure if you are able to hear them right now. I hope you do, but you can definitely follow the link that will be emailed to you along with the YouTube lesson tomorrow. And thank you very much again for expressing your interest in learning Ukrainian language. And now I will be happy to take your questions. If you have any questions, please use the Q&A feature, or please use the chat if it is more comfortable. So I see that there aren't any questions at the moment, which is, I think, good. It means that you understand everything. At least I hope so. Okay. Okay. Well, yes. So the question is, can you ask something verbally? I will try to do that. I don't know. Okay. Oh, yeah. I think I can try to. But you have to unmute yourself in case you're muted.
Do you hear me? Do you hear me?
Yes. Luba.
I'm curious how you pronounce Smytsniuk. I have some Ukrainian background, and I remember we used to, maybe 30 years ago, call it Smytsniuk. There's a difference now. There's Smytsniuk, different.
So even if even at the time when I mean, even if it has h in it, you still kind of skip it.
Short form.
Yeah, but at the moment the name of it is Smytsniuk. So it's I could try to type it.
Okay.
Okay, so it is possible that people would refer to it as Smytsniuk in the past, but in Russian it definitely is that way. But this is, I mean, it doesn't. It sounds almost exactly the same, but this is how you would.
Maybe it's Russian. I'm confusing it. Maybe I'm confusing the Russian because I learned a little bit of that too. So.
Okay. Well, does it answer your question?
Okay. It doesn't matter. It's probably some. Can you write it in Ukrainian for me?
I just wrote it in the chat. I don't know.
Oh, have you? Hang on. I can't see it. Sorry. I just wait a minute. It's in the Q&A. No, I can't see it. I can't see it, unfortunately. No, I can't see it.
Okay. Well, let me share my screen with you then. I hope that you will see it better now. So, for example, if we go here, to Ukrainian Wikipedia page,
right?
Yeah, you can see this is how it's spelled.
Okay, Myaki. So it's not Myaki. No, it's about Myaki. Okay, Myaki's not all right. Myaki's not all right. Myaki's not all right then. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, No
Thank you.
problem. Okay, now let me see if there are, okay. Then I see the next question from Anna Goldman. Are there different accents across Ukraine? Different ways to pronounce things? There are absolutely different accents, and oftentimes different stress in the words, but the one that I'm giving to you is the literally generally accepted form of Ukrainian, which also in fact comes from one of the dialects, specifically the Poltava dialect, which is in central Ukraine, that became sort of generally accepted Ukrainian. But there are definitely different accents. Specifically, a lot of Ukrainians often speak the mix of Ukrainian Russians languages somewhere, so they could use more Russian type of pronunciation. But still, majority of the students in schools, Ukrainians learn the accents that I use for you here. Okay. I hope that answers your questions. Okay, then I see one more question from Michelle Buckley. I'm sorry if I mispronounce your name. Can you clarify singular and plural verb with the numbers? We have 131. Will the verb be singular, for example, but 135 will be plural? Okay, I'm not sure if I understand it correctly, but so there is there is a now verb in here. If you're speaking about the age, you would say mені один рік. You would there is supposed to be technically a verb here, mені, yeah, or yeah, to me there is 1 year, but in Ukrainian we skip it, so we don't use a verb at all. We just use a pronoun, then a numeral, and then a noun, рік, роки, or роки. But so рік is singular form, roki is plural form of the noun, and rokiv is plural form genitive case. But you don't really need to know that at the moment. The only thing you need to know, so if you have 135, 131, 131, if it ends with 1, even if it's I don't know, 1,000,001, it will be мільйон один рік, чи мільйон 131 рік. So if you have один at the end, then you would read it рік. But if you have 5 or так 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, then you would have років. Then it could be так 135 років. And if you have the numeral that ends with 2, 3, 4, then you would use the noun роки. Okay, I hope this answers the question. Okay, the next question is, what about Polish and Ukrainian and the Carpathians? I saw a National Geographic show in Ukraine. I heard Polish and Ukrainian. So Carpathians are the mountains that go through the territory of both Ukraine, Poland, Romania. So there are different people that live there, but with their language is very different. It actually differs from even Poland and Polish part of Carpathians and Ukrainian part of Carpathians. Generally, there are some ethnic groups like Boyki, Lemki, Hutsuli, especially Lemke that live on both sides of the border, and in all of these ethnic groups, Boyki, Lemke, Hutsuli, they have their own dialects. So for example, my ancestors supposedly came somewhere from Hutsulshina, from where Hutsuli live, but that was many generations ago. And now, since I am from Ivano-Frankivsk, which is the city which is very close to Carpathian Mountains, whenever I go there on a hiking trip, sometimes I could meet people and try to speak to them, and they speak slightly different language. And you are able to find all kinds of dictionaries and these words on the internet to understand them better. Generally, are the dialects that are very similar to standardized Ukrainian. Okay, let me see if there are more questions. Oh yeah, somebody's messaging that the 12 and 20, 13, 30, 16 and 60 are very confusing. And I agree, they indeed are. And there are a lot of exercises that when I teach that I use for people to be able to distinguish 12 и 20, 13, 30, 16 и 60. This is very hard, but there is no really way around it. So my suggestion would be to try to practice the numbers, to listen to the numbers, for example, with, I don't know, Lotto Zabava game and or any other game actually that has a lot of numbers in it, to pick it by ear. That's it. I also see, okay. Okay, so I see one more question. If we say we saw 131 cows eating grass in the meadow, cows would be singular and would the verb eating be plural? Okay, so as far as I understand, if we use the sentence, yeah, we saw 131 cows eating grass in the meadow, then because it's odin at the end, you would use the korova, you would use singular, but in a very special case, because the verb to see requires a different case. So it will be, the word will be in singular, but it will be in different case. And then eating grass, there will be a special form for in Ukrainian that does not really fall into this lesson. This will be a little bit more advanced. Yeah, the ing form, this you would have to learn to rephrase it. That actually in Ukrainian, that would be two different words. I didn't want to give you a lot more complicated grammar at the fourth lesson, but if the answer to your specific question is this 131 cows, the cow will be in singular, but it will be in a different case, so it will have a different ending. Okay. Okay. Well, anyway, I think there are no more questions. I thank you for your compliments. It matters a lot to me that you like the lessons. And thank you for attending this online event. I hope you will progress a lot with the Ukrainian language. And I hope to see you again next Thursday at 5 p.m. So, дякую і до побачення.